What if I told you that throwing a banana peel off a roof could accidentally launch you 32 years into the future, strand your brother's turtle in temporal limbo, and somehow make you the matchmaker your lonely physicist brother desperately needed? That's right, buckle up, because this movie takes sibling rivalry and cranks it up to time travel melodrama. We open on Theo, a kid who's basically Dennis the Menace if Dennis had a PhD in chaos. School, nah, he'll just bribe his classmates with video games to do his homework. The front door, boring, this dude scales drain pipes and crashes through windows like he's auditioning for Spider-Man. One day, he's vibing on the roof, munching a banana, and because apparently gravity is just a suggestion to him, he eats the peel over the edge. Now, you're probably thinking, cool, banana hits the sidewalk, kid gets scolded. Wrong. The peel vanishes into a shimmering portal hanging in midair, no splat, no thud, just gone. Theo panics and starts chucking his entire life down there, roller skates, poof, stone, normal, and now our boy is standing there like, okay, so the universe is selectively eating my belongings, great. He bolts to his older brother Oscar, who's currently fuming because Theo literally tore pages from their dead mother's books to make paper rockets. Their dead mother's books, the disrespect is astronomical. Theo tries to explain the time hole in the sky, and Oscar hits him with classic older brother skepticism. You're joking. But here's the kicker, their mom was a scientist obsessed with time portals. She vanished. Theo thinks she ran off with some rando. Oscar thinks she got spaghettied through a wormhole. This disagreement isn't just a debate, it's the crack that splits these brothers apart. Grandma calls them for dinner. They go full Stepford children, smiling, polite, silent. The moment she turns her back, nuclear war, Oscar mutters something under his breath. And Theo, this beautiful, impulsive disaster, snatches Oscar's beloved pet turtle and hurls it straight into the time portal. Oscar's world collapses, he slaps missing posters all over the neighborhood like it's a true crime documentary, he cries, he wails, and Theo finally realizes he didn't just throw a turtle, he threw his brother's entire emotional support system into the void. So what does he do? He does the only logical thing, he jumps in after it, and lands in 2022. Theo crawls out, turtle in hand, drops it back in its tank, and goes to sleep like he just took a quick bathroom break. He wakes up the next morning, Oscar is there, except Oscar is now a grown man, a physics professor with stubble and responsibilities, because Theo didn't time hop, he time napped, straight from 1990 to 2022, 32 years, one sleep. No skincare routine could save you from that kind of jet lag. Meanwhile, Oscar is at a shop run by David when in walks Alina, the girl he's been crushing on since childhood, now a divorced mom of two and an English professor at his university. The pining, tragic, the chemistry, palpable, the courage to ask her out, nowhere to be found. Back at the house, Theo wakes up and tries to find Oscar. He grabs the turtle, shuffles to Grandma's room, but she's now ancient and doesn't recognize him. Then Oscar walks in, sees Theo, and faints dead away. When he comes to, his voice is shaking. Are you really Theo? And Theo, still processing 0% of this, hits him with, who are you and how do you know my name? The reveal lands like a truck. Oscar breaks down. Theo is gobsmacked. How did you grow so big in just one day? Just one day? I love this kid. He's basically a chaos gremlin with no survival instincts. They piece it together. Theo wants to go back. Grandma's gonna kill him for being late for dinner. He sprints to the roof, throws a test stone, and it just falls. The portal is closed, sealed, done. Oscar explains that time travel isn't a subway system. You don't just swipe your card and ride back. They need a new portal. Off to Oscar's senior professor, who basically says, yeah, 2022 tech is wild, but time portals, that's sci-fi. Buddy, disappointed, they head home. But Theo is losing his mind over smartphones. What's that? A phone? Where's the wire? The absolute innocence. Then Theo remembers, he hid a handwritten list from their mother's papers inside a dictionary as a prank to mess with Oscar, and that list, portal coordinates. They track the dictionary to David. Oscar gives Theo the classic stay here command. Theo hears, go to the mall immediately. He goes to the mall, tries VR, gets tangled, and breaks it. Oscar gets called to pay damages and delivers a scolding so fiery it could reopen the portal through sheer rage. They recover the dictionary. David says it's at his house. Alina shows up. Theo sees her and his brain short circuits. How did little Alina get this beautiful? Oscar, panicking, lies, he's my cousin's son. Smooth, very smooth. Alina invites them over. Her kids, Brenda and Nathan, are gaming. Theo is mesmerized. He bonds with them instantly. Oscar finds the list. Time to go, Theo, but the games. Alina offers to bring him home later. The kids roast Theo for not knowing modern tech. They ask Alexa for the time. Theo stares at this talking cylinder like it's witchcraft. Back home, Oscar decodes the list, portal locations across the city. They test them, throwing objects, nothing, disappointment after disappointment. Oscar realizes his math is wrong and starts from scratch. Meanwhile, Theo goes full therapist mode. Why are you alone? Why no friends? Why haven't you told Alina you love her? Oscar, not looking up from his calculations, she's divorced, but nothing can happen now. Oh, but Theo has a plan. This absolute menace grabs Oscar's phone and invites David, Alina, and her kids to dinner. That evening, the doorbell rings, Oscar opens it, sees everyone, and looks at Theo. Theo, with the face of an angel, I invited them myself. Dinner happens, it's warm, it's fuzzy, Oscar and Alina inch closer. The next day, she takes Theo shopping, buys him clothes, and in the changing room, Theo starts commentating on a football match like he's on ESPN. Something clicks for Alina, she remembers, she hugs him. Why haven't you aged? Theo spills the beans. Time portal, 1990 to 2022, the whole deal. She doesn't believe it until she sees it. Oscar throws a stone on the roof, it bounces up. Portal confirmed. He breaks down the science. Type 1 portals for direct travel, Type 2 for random destination roulette, Type 3 for one-way tickets to suffering. Theo's portal was Type 1, now they need another Type 1 to get him home. A research montage begins. Alina starts visiting daily. Oscar is so happy he dances alone when no one's watching. It's adorable, it's pathetic, it's relatable. But Alina has a fear, if they change the past, her kids might never be born. Oscar promises her timeline stays untouched, but how? Theo figures it out. He recruits Brenda and Nathan. His logic, if he uses their help to get home, it proves they exist in the future, because if they didn't, he couldn't have used them. Look, time travel logic is messy, but it's adorably messy. They find a middle path on the map. Theo assumes it's a portal. Filled with excitement, he jumps into the sea. Brenda and Nathan, because they're loyal or insane, jump after him. They wash ashore, no city, just mountains and wilderness. They took a Type 2 portal, random destination, unpredictable, and now they're stranded with no money, no working phones, and starving. So what do 3 time-displaced children do? They start a fake mind-reading magic show using wireless earpieces. Brenda reads minds, Nathan whispers names, Theo holds the board, the crowd eats it up, money flows. Then the police show up because, surprise, you need a permit for public sorcery. They bolt. An unknown man snatches them and drags them to a gang hideout. The gang leader is furious. Why bring kids here? The man reveals these children know the gang's secret whistle code. Theo is baffled. What secret code? Turns out, the whistle Theo made while fleeing police was the gang's signal, and he learned it from his grandmother. A young woman enters the room. Theo locks eyes with her. It's his grandmother, young, in 1949, a gang member fighting the government to protect people. The timeline just did a backflip. Meanwhile, in 2022, Alina realizes the kids are gone. Panic, she calls Oscar. They guess the kids found the 1990 portal and jump in after them. But they land in 1990, not 1949. They see young Oscar sobbing alone in a cupboard, devastated by Theo's disappearance. Future Oscar watches his own childhood trauma unfold and his heart shatters because he knows this pain lasts decades. Back in 1949, the kids adapt. Theo's young grandmother makes him feel at home. He asks her to take a photo of them together and swears she'll frame it forever. She promises, and in 1990, that photo changes. Theo, Brenda, and Nathan now appear in it, but Theo isn't done. He writes portal coordinates on the back of the photo in 1949 so Oscar and Alina in 1990 can find them. Oscar and Alina see the updated photo, they realize, return to 2022, then use the coordinates to reach 1949. They do it, they arrive. Gang members are waiting because Theo warned them. The whistle exchange happens. They're led to the hideout. Alina embraces her children, safe. But Theo refuses to leave 1949. He's happy here. Oscar's soul leaves his body. We fight, but we love each other. You have no idea how many nights I cried missing you. Young grandmother appears. Oscar is speechless. The emotion is thick. They need a portal to 2022. A gang member offers a ride. And then the revelation, this man is their grandfather. Time travel runs in the blood, apparently. They find the portal, everyone returns. Oscar prepares to send Theo back to 1990 through the construction site portal. Theo breaks down. In 1990 I have no one, you're like my father. I want to stay. Oscar hugs him and explains that young Oscar in 1990 is just as alone and needs his little brother. Theo steps through, goes home. Young Oscar explodes with joy. Grandma smothers him with love. Where were you, Theo? Kidnapped by a gang. Not technically a lie. Oscar, still furious at their mother's disappearance, starts throwing her books. Theo stops him, tells him everything, and shows him the 2022 phone. Young Oscar can't fully process it, but the phone is proof. They make a pact, no more portals, cherish the time you have. Cut to 2022, Theo and Oscar, together. The doorbell rings, Theo grins, your girlfriend Alina's here. He nudges him, tell her how you feel, she's divorced now. He explains he never pushed this before because if he had, Alina's timeline, her kids, might have changed. But now everything is in place, the kids are born, the divorce is final. Oscar opens the door, Alina stands there, eyes meet, new beginning. Final scene, a distant past, a portal opens, a woman steps out, their mother, in an era before science exists, and she starts teaching them. The future begins here. Roll credits. So yeah, this movie is basically what if Back to the Future had a baby with a telenovela, and that baby was raised by a chaos demon with a heart of gold. Theo is the worst best little brother in cinema history, Oscar is the saddest physics professor ever to exist, and their mom, she literally time traveled to invent science itself. Drop your thoughts below. Was the turtle the real MVP? Did Oscar deserve happiness after 30 years of pining? And most importantly, would you jump into a random portal for your sibling's pet? Like, subscribe, and let me know what movie I should break down next. See you in the next one.